I know what you're thinking. It's almost May and you're finally getting around to using the Christmas seasonal from Barrister and Mann? Yes! Hello again, Michael Friedberg here from beautiful North Carolina, and today I have yet again only one product for review, but it is a good one. It is Barrister and Mann's winter seasonal, Christmas seasonal Vespers, and this was provided to me by Wet Shave Supply Company in this very cool kind of sample pack. They think this is a 1/4 ounce sample. They sell them in these very nice paper containers. Once you're done scooping the soap out, you can just recycle this directly. So that's a great plus for me. A little less plastic in my life. I will show you what an unopened one is, or looks like. They've also sent me some of the reserve waves. And the cool thing about these sample packets is that they also include on the back, enjoy your shave with a fresh blade. It's a great idea from Wet Shave Supply. Really enjoyed that. Thank you guys for sending on those 2 samples for review. Appreciate that. So today's going to be the Barrister and Mann Vespers. I have what remains of the sample pressed into the loading bowl. This is their Christmas seasonal. I don't think this is available or may not be available again until next year. I guess as the seasons come around again. But as a scent, this is just, I think they describe this as kind of warm and comforting, and it has a number of notes, but you don't really need to know what the notes are. Just know that this is a delicious smelling soap. It smells... There's a bit of sort of warm, woodsy scent in there. There's definitely a sort of pine or fir piece to it. There's a tartness, which I think comes from the cranberry. There's kind of a general, like a foodsy, spicy, warm scent to it, which smells a little bit like the crumiro from Abate la Mantilla, and it's supposed to evoke a Christmas festival in Germany, or a Christmas market. And I have to say, it does really smell, well, I think the best word is delicious. It is not an aftershave style scent for me at all. It just is a very pleasant, just a wonderful, wonderful scent. Again, even if you didn't know what the notes were and you just got that sample straight up, I think you would still get a sense of warm comfort, something good to eat, someplace that smells good. Beautiful. Very, very well done. That is also the first Barrister and Mann soap that's in the Excelsior base that I have tried, so that is kind of a 2-for-1 in some ways. Today's brush is going to be the Monster Yaqi synthetic brush. I think I have only this one brush left of all the ones that they sent besides the one Badger brush. I've given everything else away. Well, they've all found beautiful forever homes somewhere else. Today's razor is going to be the supply razor. I had been thinking about dragging this back out again because it's been sitting there forlorn in the loot crate for quite a while, and I really, really enjoyed using this the last time. The blade was an issue though, because I used the blades I think that came with it, but I have switched over to the Schick blades because the other blades that I have, the other injector blades, do not work for me really at all. The Schick blade is way, way better. So let me wet my face again. Let's start lathering. Talk about the soap, talk about the razor. So the Excelsior base is supposed to be now once again the new ultimate Barrister and Mann base. It is a tallow and lanolin based soap. I think it has kokum butter and shea butter, jojoba, I think, castor seed oil. I'm sure there's other stuff in there, but again, it's another sort of fatty, rich soap. I'm just going to start loading the brush now with a relatively dry brush. The loading bowl just will always create a very foamy load if you have too much water in there. So I, generally speaking, for this, always start with a dry brush. I'm going to load pretty heavy. Oh, beautiful scent. Beautiful. All right, let's keep going. I'm just going to load as heavy as I like because this is the end for the sample. I'm going to tip a bit of water in there. Let's keep loading. Yeah, the nice thing is, if you sort of feel the lather that's forming on the side, that is already forming kind of a heavy, dense, creamy lather, which is a great sign. All right, that has got to be plenty. Just going to scoop out. There we go. Put some water on my face and add some water to the brush. The soap is definitely thirsty. It can take a lot of water. Supposedly be formulated to work better in hard water. Now, I never really struggled per se with the glissant base. Reserve maybe a touch more. Yeah, this already has that very nice, no resistance, slick feel to the brush. Gonna add a bit of water there. Yeah, I've had no issues working with the soap. In fact, for one of the days, I just sort of by accident underloaded kind of a rush in the morning. Still did absolutely great. No issues with the 3-pass shave. That's in part because this brush picks up a huge amount of soap quickly. Okay, a little heavy still. If you like a denser lather, stop right there. But I'm going to add just a touch of water, thin it out a little bit. There. Spot on. Tons of lather in that brush. I can also tell you that despite how delicious the soap smells, it does not taste very good. All right, this is the supply using the number 2 base plate. I also have the number 1, which is more mild, and number 3, which is more aggressive. I will once again just remind people replacing the blade. I would definitely recommend loosening the screw slightly to allow the blade from the injector to move in smoothly without scraping on those two bottom parts there. If you're at all nervous about doing it, just take the base plate off and just assemble it directly, which is almost just as easy. All right, let's go ahead and start shaving. As always, 2 days worth of growth. As you can see, Supply makes quick work of that. Yeah, when people describe this as a shave that feels similar to a cartridge razor shave, I think they mean that in a very positive way. Razor feels very safe on the face. You have no real sense that there's kind of a loose blade or too much blade exposure or anything like that. Generally speaking, a pretty narrow sweet spot for the angle. So if you are shaving and nothing is coming off, just adjust the angle and you'll quickly find it. And I find this a very, very comfortable razor to use with the right blade. First shaves this week, just really struggling because I'd completely forgotten I had those Schick blades. They're actually in a different spot, so. Really nice thickness on that soap, just makes it so easy. No resistance. Razor moves easily and smoothly over the skin. Very nice first pass. All right, here we go. Pass number 2. I wipe off the torrent of water running down my arm. As you can see, there is a ton of soap in that brush. I'm just going to pull that from around the base, put that back on top. Hope you can see how coherent that lather is. Beautiful shine on that. I would say scent strength is mid, definitely not overpowering, certainly distinct, definitely can smell it. And like with a lot of soaps, I think once you lather it, that scent really does open up. There we go. All right, rinse off my hand, pass number 2, across the grain. Yeah, the supply just makes it easy too for kind of a relatively quick, painless shave. There's 2 mornings this week where I really had to sort of rush to get out of the house. And even though, and of course I'm shaving much more slowly now than I did those mornings, but quick, easy shaves. As you can see from the lather, even if you don't have a lot of time to build it up, you don't need a lot, and you can build a very nice, quick, slick, thin layer of lather and absolutely have a great shave. Yeah, these chick blades are so much better than those others. I think what I said last time was I was going to order some of these chick blades and sort of have them on hand, and of course promptly forgot to do so. So I'm glad I still have 1 or 2 in this in that ejector. No overhang to speak of, but one thing to note is that, in fact, there's kind of the opposite problem. You don't have access to the full width of the blade. The actual shaving area is a little bit smaller, so just something to bear in mind. Nice residual slickness on the soap too. If you tend to shave over spots where there really is no lather and you're counting on that residual slickness, I would add just a touch of water or make sure that your razor head stays good and wet, and that will really help. Okay, 3rd and final pass. This is going quick and easy. No struggles this week, I'll tell you that. Great shaves all week. Now, for those of you that love to pair a scent with the season and you're wondering, why did I wait so long? It just kind of happened. And also, I mean, to be completely honest, I am not that guy that pairs scents with seasons. I just use what smells good to me at the time. I don't feel like there should be the kind of, or some of the pressure that says that adhere to a scent that belongs to a certain season. If you like the way it smells, you know, I'm sure there are people who are very careful about what they wear and when, but that is completely not me. I'm a devil-may-care person. Well, it's not really completely true, but when it comes to stuff like this, absolutely. Convention be damned. All right, here we go. 3rd and final pass. This will be against the grain, obviously. The razor is on the heavier side, so in this case, just remind yourself, watch the pressure a little bit. Those few strokes there with that other injector blade, just so uncomfortable. There we go. Now I'm holding the razor at a slight angle to the direction that I'm pulling. Just an option if you want to add in a little bit of slant action. So that's one spot where this razor is not as comfortable as the rest of the shave in that one against the grain path. So rather than buff over that, what I will do is I'll do a very quick relather. Almost done. Yeah, so for those kind of spots where, given the idiosyncrasies of the razor and the way it reacts with your face, the best thing to do is not just push it, but adapt to that. And you always have so many options. So what I'll do down here is, rather than cause myself some irritation, because if I overshave there, I just know the way that it feels. There's a certain kind of roughness or tugginess that tells me don't buff down there. Just don't do it. Much better off with another very thin, quick layer of lather and just make some light, slightly longer strokes. Something like this. There we go. I think that turned out pretty well. The soap, when you get it wet, as I said, is a very nice slick layer. I don't have a lot. It doesn't feel like a heavy, like overly fatty, but with that, it does actually rinse more easily than I expected. Even with all the kind of the residual face feel. There we go. Towel off. As for post shave, that's the only place where, for me, actually this base does not work as well, I think, as the glissant base. It is actually, for me, surprisingly a little bit drying. I didn't really notice it until the second or third day, but as you can see, I mean, there's very little slickness left there, and my skin feels a little bit tight and drier than I would expect. Now, that's how it reacts with my skin, and I definitely understand that the soap has been formulated for very good post-shave. That's going to be a very good post-shave for as many people as possible. That may not be turned out the case for you, so just bear that in mind. Now, with that said, it kind of doesn't matter how much of a glorious post-shave feel this may have left behind, because I'm about to put on a high alcohol aftershave. If you're going to do something like this as a post-shave, that even if you use the soap that has a very good post-shave skin feel, you're kind of going to be stripping it off with an alcohol-based aftershave, especially one with as much alcohol as is in this. This is the Folsom Co Shambala. I think these guys tried to stage a comeback late or mid last year. I don't think that's ended so well. This is a lighter, sweeter scent than the Vespers. It's not designed to be kind of a compliment to it. It just is a great way to end that shave. I did not find that the Vesper soap leaves a kind of a long-lasting scent once you rinse it off. I'm going to put on a little bit more because, after all, it's the last shave of the week. Yeah, this is a big alcohol hit. Ooh. I think this has menthol in it too, but I don't remember honestly what the ingredients were. It's quite impactful on your face, I think might be the best way to put it. So even if you had some really nice, smooth, supple skin following your shave, and then you slap this stuff on, yeah, I don't think that's gonna last too long. Well, man, pretty good. Great way to end that shave. Oh, that stuff just smells really good. And I only have a little bit left, and then once this is gone, I think that is it forever for the Folsom Co. So, yeah, you know what? It's meant to be used. It's not meant to be hoarded and saved forever. These are products that are meant to be used and enjoyed. Go for it. Oh, wow. Okay, that was a fantastic shave. All right, here we go. Let's talk about the products. Lightning fast review round. Vespers, seasonal scent from Barrister and Mann in the Excelsior base. Rich, dense, heavy, fatty soap. It's full of great ingredients. Super easy to lather. Works great in hard water. Very good slickness. Very good protection. Really enjoy using this soap a week. It smells delicious and warm and delightful. I don't care that I'm using it almost in May. I think this smells fantastic and I loved it. For me, the only downside is that the post-shave is not what I would expect. A little bit drying, but as a shaving soap, excellent stuff. And thanks again to Wet Shave Supply Co. for providing the sample, and especially very cool job in the packaging, guys. Very well done. The brush. Let's try to get this. The Yaqi. That was completely covered in lather. So yeah, the Yaqi 30mm synthetic giant brush. Very easy to use. Soft tips. Doesn't matter what kind of soap you use on it. Beautiful brush. I will say that that handle and the shape with that bead in the middle actually makes it harder to hold, because I want to be able to hold the full handle, not just a portion of it. Whatever. That's just how life goes. The Supply single edge razor. Base plate number 2 works great for me. Beautiful balance of mild and aggression. It is very easy to use. A nice, light, easy face feel. Feels very safe in use. Like I said, you have 2 options for replacing the blades. Use whichever one fits you, which one you feel just works better for you, given the quality of the blades. Get the better blades. Spring for the better blades. They are so much better than the other ones. There's really no reason not to go for the good ones, because you're going to regret using the bad ones. And then to close it out, Shambala by Folsom Co. This was given to me at a North Carolina wet shave meetup by a person who said at the very end, you know what, why don't you go ahead and take that, and God bless you. Thank you so much. Beautiful aftershave. Thank you. All right, my friends, that is it. Oh, look at that. Little touch right there. Right there in the bottom of my neck. You know, I've had one of those, I think twice or 3 times a week, maybe 4, bottom of my neck, right down here. Nah, what are you gonna do? All right, thank you again so much for watching these review videos. I really appreciate the time you're taking to watch them. As always, please feel free to leave a question or comment against this video or previous videos. I'm behind on last week's comments, but I hope to catch up maybe later today or on Monday. I'll be traveling a bit, have some free time. Otherwise, thank you again so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.